Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to use the newly created script for making assembly drawings. First thing you need to do is open the project and go to your home view, which can be done with this house. It's gonna have your name here. From there you have to go onto the view where you can select the single panel. I created a specific view for that purpose. It's in under design, 3D views and assembly drawings creation. So you open this view, you don't need your home view at the moment. So here at the moment I have hidden with this blue line around, you can see I have hidden temporarily the other panels. So you can unhide the temporarily hidden panels from, I think, actually I don't know because I don't use this one. I use it only with keyboard commands. I guess it's this one, but it said temporary hide. So this is the whole thing. I already created one drawing as a template which needs to be finished because I don't know the project specifics. So I named this panel P1 and this is P2. They still can be renamed, this thing can be rerun. The drawings they belong actually browser organization should be on project type. This is the default Docker set. So the drawings are under order, under assembly. 3001 is my template. So I'll go quickly over the drawing and then I'll show you how to create the same one for P1. So this is drawing 3001. It's divided in 4 pieces. The first part is the 1250 panel. Here we need to add some dimensions. The names and views are already set. Each of these view has its own view template which you can edit and make it more precise to fit your needs. So for example, you might not want to show the tie rods, or you want to maybe hide these wedges by side. At the moment I didn't hid them because they are not put into any specific subcategory, so I cannot easily filter them out. So we have to agree on how we were going to create the panels and which parts are going in which subcategory, so we can hide them easily. But this can be tweaked afterwards for all drawings at the same time, because each view has its own template, a view template with a different name, and sorry, this can be tweaked later on for the entire project. This shows how we mount the box onto the panel. There's going to be a dimensions, how to mount them. At the moment we have only a full unsliced box. At some point we're going to replace that and recreate the the family with the sliced box and finalize the drawing. So this is for now to be a template, and which would need to be script needs to be rerun when we have the sliced box. This is the elevation and the side view, how to mount it. Here this is meant to be a 3D view for how to assemble the box itself. We can show this sliced, and then we can put numbers which correspond to the numbers in the production drawing. And the planks that are not hidden are again not placed in any particular subcategory, so I cannot hide them. Obviously by default my script creates the views in this way, but with a little bit stretched out crop views. I will show you how to change that. Obviously you don't need two of the same. One needs to be probably changed and maybe rotated around like this, or whatever suits you. I think I did something wrong. I don't know why I did. Anyways, I will show you how to create it. I did something wrong. Anyways, I'll fix this one later. So these notes here I would expect to get from Nasli or from Kobilay to add them to the script, because obviously these are not going to be the same nodes for this project because this is specifically coming from my other project. Here we can place a small schedule containing the material needed if it's necessary. This one we have to change from the project settings. This one is the project name. I just named it Z-Gate, but I'll show you how to name it properly. The casting step and the panel. Customer name also goes from the project settings, which is manage, under manage object style, not object styles, but project information. So this is where the project number comes in. This is where the project name comes in, and the company that the contractor. All these things are not filled up, but once they are, everything's going to be filled up automatically, and all the name, who drew it, who checked it, the dates, the address, which also is not correct because I don't know the Turkey or proper address, they would be filled up automatically by the script. So with that being said, let me show you how to use the script. Close this original one, then we unhide again from some of these buttons. We unhide all the panels, and we isolate only the ones we want with temporary isolation, which would be I have a shortcut which is number 2, but if you want to use this one, actually this one, the glasses, you can say isolate element. Then you can say, if you don't want to see this part, you can say glasses, hide element. So this is what you want to see. You want to see a box, you want to see, sorry, the top 50 panel, a box, and a small other materials. The way we run, sorry, the way we run the script is we're going to Dynamo Player. Then before we are able to run it, we would have to install a few add-ons. One of these add-ons is I'll send you over email because it's made by me and it's not automatically replicated by software update. In the player, you have to click on the left folder here and select the folder in which your scripts are saved. Then this is the name of the script. It's project number, create assembly and drawing version 1. You don't click play. The first thing you need to click is edit inputs, not edit in Dynamo, but edit inputs. So in a moment you're gonna get a few fields that needs to be filled up, and also a few selection buttons to select geometries that you want to use to create an assembly. So the first thing is, oops, I made a mistake, so I have to quickly edit it on the fly. One of the fields was not selected as was not marked as an input, so it is not showing in Dynamo Player, so I need to edit the script. But in order for not to record this video again, I will do it live, so you would see how to do that by yourself as well. So I think this one is okay. It's is input is set. This one is input is set. This one is not set. Oops. This one is not set as is input, and it cannot be output at the same time. This one is input. This one is not set as is input, and this one is not set as is input. So now they're all set. I'm saving, closing, and closing. and running the player again, running this edit inputs again, and now you have to essentially select 4 geometries and fill up the drawing number. Okay, yes, I was expecting it to be so. Select top 50 panel, you click select, and then you select only the top 50 family. Okay, the next one is select Formwork Box. When the box is created and sliced as a family, you would have to select the sliced family, not this one. So we're selecting this one. Then we have to select the face of the bottom U channel of the lowest WS10. So click here, and we have to select on this WS10 on the lower U channel the top flange outside surface, this one. Okay, and then we have to select all the small things that we want to include in the assembly. For example, the tie rods. Okay, so we can select them like this, and then they are selected here. So the next thing that we need to do is select who drew the drawing, the project name, who checked it. To create the assembly view, this is also should be always true, and then the next thing is to choose the CS1, P1, the name of the panel, and the name of the drawing. Currently they're set by default. So the next time when you run the script, you have to change these things also when you change, after you change the selections. So after you set only these few parameters, you press play, wait some time. The script's going to show you a field where it's going to tell you that the assembly name is going to be CS1 P1, which should be the same as your panel that you chose below. This is the name of the sheet, which is going to be name of the project CS1 P1, and then the drawing number, which would be 3000, which is the same as the one that we filled up down. So we just click after we verify, and if we want to change something, we can change it here as well. And then we click set values and wait the script to finish. It should not be running, it should be either finished or run completed or completed with errors, it doesn't matter. So we can keep the player and hide this one. Actually, let's do that. So I just moved the player on the other screen. I will just unhide the panels, and then I'll isolate the other panel. So now we can do this panel, and let's assume this panel would be named CS1 P3, because P2 is the 3001 and the drawing number is going to be 3002. So it's very important when we select to make sure that this number changes, because we cannot clear this number. So we have to, without closing Dynamo Clear, so if you want to run 2 consecutive times the script, you have to make sure this number changes. So it ends at 82. So we click here, select, we select the panel, and now it ends at 71, which is completely different thing. So now, sorry, I select the wrong thing. So the top 50 panel will finish at 87. We click here and select it, and now it's with 71. So then we have to select the Formwork Box, which ends at 71. We click here, and now ends at 79. And then we have to select the lower face of the lowest WS10, which would be this face. We select here. Then we go to Elements, and the last one ends with 82. We have to make sure that what we select is completely different from the other one, because we're going to have a set time if it's not like that. So now they're 11 and they're not finishing on 82, so we assume they're different. Then we press play. The script art is going to offer us to change the numbers, but they are correct. So we click set and we wait a few seconds. And now it's run complete without error. So you can now close the Dynamo player. And then to verify that anything was done, we have to scroll down to assemblies. You can see we have CS1P1 and CS1P3. These are the last two these are the last two assemblies that we created. The next thing that we have to verify if this is the actual the assembly that we want. So when you select it, now this whole thing is like one block that contains everything that we selected. We verify that it's assembly and that the name is correct. So CS1 P3 is the name of this assembly, and this actually is shown here in the project browser. If you click the plus, you can see the 9 automatically created views that the script created. Also, you can see the same thing on CS1P1. So you can unhide them. And select this one, and you see this one is CS1P1. This is CS1P2, and this is CS1P3. So this is as far as the assemblies goes. Now it's time to see the drawings. We go to sheets. We rearrange them again because I pressed Ctrl Z too many times, and we put it to project type. This shouldn't be done every time, it should be there by default. But if you're missing a drawing here, it's always a good idea to have a look at project organization and all, and then maybe see drawings that are not categorized under the current Docker template. Our drawing should be under order under assembly drawing. So we have we just created drawings 3000 and 3002. As you can see, the project name was taken from the inputs on the script, and that's why the first one that I created in the template is a little bit different, but that's not a problem because you can always rename that by pressing F2 and then Z rat and then OK, and this renames it. So let's see the result, because this is what I showed you as a template, but I did some finishing touches on it. This is what the script creates automatically for you. So as you can see, it looks pretty much the same. The only thing is that you don't see the 3D views, and unfortunately the 3D views, they have their outlines or crop boxes spread too much around, and currently they're covering the entire drawing, so you cannot really touch anything on the drawing. So the first thing you need to do is just grab them and move them aside so you can actually grab them all and move them aside so you can work, and then you can verify that your views are created. As you can see, the view is created. It has the same view template that the previous drawing had. So if you change something in this view template, this is going to affect every single drawing on the project. So for example, one thing that needs to be happened here is this piece of wood from the that says under the tie rods has to go away, but for that reason we have to set this piece of wood into a correct subcategory, and then we have to go to the view template, edit it out, and then it's going to disappear on all drawings at the same time. So as you can see, these views are ready to go. You just need to dimension them. As far as the 3D views, they have very big openings, very big crop boxes. So you just select them, select the first one, and then click on crop region visible and apply. So now when you click on the site, you see that the crop region of this panel is visible. So you go inside of it by double clicking, and then you select the line, and then you just drag the line like this, then drag the line like that, and like this, then like this. Then you select the second one. You have to double click outside to exit it. Then you go inside, select the second one, you create crop region visible, then double click inside, select the line, and then drag this one to the shape of it. Then exit, select the third one, visible, apply, double click, select the line, then close this. Then they should be technically set in the proper distance between each other. So you just select them all and just drag them inside the drawing. There you go. Then you can go inside of them, rotate this thing. I don't want to lose another one. I have to see what was the appropriate way to rotate them, so I'm not going to do it live on video. But then you probably want to remove this crop region visible so it doesn't show it on the drawing. Then the next thing is, the last thing is to take these guys and push them back to the appropriate view, because they were created way too far outside. I'm still working on fixing these kind of problems, but this is not a trivial problem, so we have to I'll let you know when I come up with a solution how to do this automatically, but you can just drag them and put them underneath this views. From that point, it's just a matter of dimensioning, creating additional sections and views. How you can create using sections. Essentially, you can go here and select the assembly, right click it and create assembly views. But all the useful, you have a limited number of types of sections you can create with this option, and I already created the ones that I can. From that point, if you need sections, you have to create like a section through here, and then this view needs to be add to this sheet and dimension. But these are manually created ones. So besides the standard ones that can be created from here, I can't create anything else automatically, so I have to finish this one manually. So my suggestion is to finalize one of these three drawings to make one proper assembly drawing, and if there is anything that I can automate, for example placing the notes on this side, maybe I can add a material list here, and maybe I can add another view if you need somewhere from the standard ones, and then we can do that. If I manage to make this one automatically shrinkable to this size, I would definitely make sure I'll add it to your script, because I'm also making the same, I'm trying to solve the same problem for another project. But yeah, anyway, this is a not so brief overview of how to use the script. If you have any questions or problems, feel free to contact me anytime. And yeah, I hope this was useful, and if you make it to the end of the video, congratulations. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.